Hi Dimes, I think I found the light in this video as far as getting my lighting right versus the tutorial that you're gonna see before you see this. So anyway, so this is my review for Revlon Colorstay foundation for combination and oily skin. So I hope you don't think I'm a big fat liar, because if you've seen any of my other videos where I've talked about the foundation I've been using for the last 7 years, which is Bare Minerals foundation in Warm Dark. That's the foundation I traditionally use. However, I was tagged several times to do the $20 and under tag for, you know, a full face $20 and under or whatever tag. And because that foundation costs, I think, like 20 something dollars, I was like, well, I need to try a drugstore foundation. And I'm always skeptical of drugstore foundations because I have really, really sensitive skin, particularly, not just drugstore rather, because I also have this issue with MAC foundations, to be honest. But I have an issue with, for whatever reason, with liquid foundations. I find, in the past, I found that they just weren't, that they irritated my skin, and I'm prone to breakouts. So that's why I was reluctant, but I was like, you know what, let me expand, because although I love Bare Minerals foundation, I do have to also use a concealer with it, because I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation from old acne, and I also felt like I had to do a lot of work, or it was a lot of work to get it to build up to the kind of coverage that I need for, not for everyday wear, but for filming. And I also had an issue with the foundation kind of just staying on for a really long period of time. Listen, you know, I love Bare Minerals, but you know, if I went to work for like 10 hours, I would come home and it just would not look anywhere near what it looked like, you know, 3-4 hours prior to that. So because of the lack of staying power I find with Bare Minerals, I wanted to try a drugstore foundation as well. So I chose Revlon Colorstay, but I am going to be trying a L'Oreal foundation and a Maybelline foundation as well. So what is my review of Revlon Colorstay foundation? So the color that I'm using, the first color I actually tried was Mocha, was the first color I tried. Now, I've been actually using it for about almost a little bit over a week, and I wanted to give myself some time with it before I gave you a full review. So the first color I got was Mocha. Mocha was actually a little bit too dark for me. I could wear it and it was fine, but it really gave me the kind of coverage that I felt like looked heavier because of the color it was, and it really just took away all the light areas in my face, like the under eye and whatever, where like the sun naturally hits your face. It took it away, so I was spending a lot more time bringing it back with using other concealers and so forth. So because of that reason, I said, you know, I think this color is a little bit off for me, so let me jump over to Mahogany, which is more my color in foundation. So Mahogany is the color that I'm actually wearing right now. So overall, I really, really like this. I like the coverage this foundation gives me. It's a nice full coverage foundation. It is really, my husband's coming in. Say hi, husband. It's a nice full color foundation, full coverage foundation. So I like that aspect of the foundation. I also am able to use really only this foundation to give me complete coverage. The brushes, here's how I apply the foundation. So first I use a Beauty Blender sponge, this is the Essence of Beauty sponge that I bought at CVS for $4.99. It's kind of filthy. Well, it has makeup on it. So I use that, and I also use my Essence of Beauty brushes. Now, Essence of Beauty sells these, you know, they repackage it. It's basically their foundation concealer brush duo. I don't think it looks like this anymore. If you were to go to CVS or wherever they sell Essence of Beauty, wherever else they might sell Essence of Beauty products, you might find that it doesn't exactly look like this, but it's the concealer and foundation duo, and it costs $10 for both of these brushes. And I love these brushes, and these were the brushes that I used to put on my Bare Minerals foundation. So what I do is I first, you know, I pour some of it on here on the base, and then I kind of pack it onto my face. And then after I've, you know, gone over a few layers, because this is buildable coverage, so to get the full coverage, I definitely have to go on a few layers, and I have to kind of wait for it to dry a little bit between layers. And to cover up the dark spots with the hyperpigmentation I have, I use this concealer brush. I dip it in and I pack it on to those dark spots. And because my hyperpigmentation is relatively new, like it's from a breakout that I had back in, I want to say April, that I was really breaking out and having a lot of dark spots. Because of that, it's taking a lot of work to get this to cover those dark spots. So I could, if I wanted to make it easier on myself, bring in a concealer, but I wanted to see how this would work as just a foundation to cover up everything. Now, if I don't use this concealer brush to cover up those dark spots, this alone doesn't do it. So you have to go in with another tool to get the dark spots if you've got hyperpigmentation. I will say this about this foundation is it's not a foundation that I would wear every day because my skin actually was clearing up. I had 2 weeks with no pimples whatsoever, which was something that I was struggling with. And I'll tell you what has helped me. I'll do another review for a product that has helped me with that. But the minute I introduced Revlon Colorstay foundation to my skin routine last week, I got 3 new pimples. I got one here, I got one here that I'm still kind of nursing, and last night I only had this foundation on my face maybe 3 hours. I got home, washed everything off, and I felt the pimples like when you know how they hurt a little bit on my chin here. So I will say that this, if you are acne prone, be careful with this because it does, for me, it's brought up some pimples because I had 2 weeks pimple free, use this, and I got some pimples. And it could also be because my skin is reacting to something new and it takes some time to get used to. So I'm going to continue to use it, but I'm going to be watching. I'm going to still be reviewing. So this is my initial review of Revlon Colorstay foundation. I may do another review to let you know, but I paid, this is, I think it's $12.99 at CVS. I've seen it at Walmart for $9 and something cents, but I used a bunch of CVS coupons, so I paid like $4 for it. And so the color, like I said, that I use is mahogany. That's the right color for me, although I could also use mocha, which is a little bit darker and a little bit more red, so I didn't love it on me. And to compare it to, let's say, a MAC Studio Fluid bottle, which is, I think this is like $30, I'm not sure, but it's in that price range, high 20s to $30. And this, again, it's the same exact, although it looks like this is more, they're both 1 ounce of product. So just consider that in terms of, and this, I actually got this and I never use it. Don't even ask me why I bought it. And this is way, it's like not my skin color. But that's another story for another day. But as far as coverage, same coverage, in my opinion, as MAC Fix Fluid Foundation. So, and it's a lot cheaper. So anyway, Dimes, this is my review of Revlon Colorstay foundations, and definitely let me know what you think of this video, and if you want me to do any more reviews. I am going to be reviewing, now that I've gotten into drugstore foundations, I'm going to be trying, like I said, 2 more of these drugstore foundations to kind of see how they compare, and I am today going to be returning this mocha one to CVS. Thank you for watching, Dimes, and I hope you enjoyed this.